Welcome, friends. Hey, I just wanted to go live. My name is Mike Colburn. Jason was very kind to let me do some tips and tricks with Logos. So, not going to be a long session, just going to, work around the system just a little bit, share a few tips that helps me in my studies. We're going to do just some quick kind of tips, tricks, things of that nature. If you've got some requests on things that you're intrigued with or that you desire to look at inside of Logos, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'll do my best to respond to them. I'm new to this particular Restream system, this live streaming system. So you'll have to be patient with me. But we'll get straight in. Again, I'm Mike Colburn, one of the coaches at Logos Daily. Would love to have you check out the logosdaily.com website. If you're looking for a one-on-one coaching session, anything of that nature, you can do that through that site. But today, I want to share my screen, and I want to go through just a couple of things that have been beneficial to me in my study. I have been working with Logos for about 5.5 years now. I've got a sizable library, somewhere around 26,000 books. I do extensive studies on a regular basis, do Bible studies on a regular basis, virtually as well as face-to-face with others, and always use and utilize Logos in my studies. So I'm going to share my screen. And again, going to do my best. I will do my ultimate best to hey, there we go. Y'all can see me now. To just share a few things that I find extremely helpful, kind of some tips. Again, just looking for a couple of things to help you guys out significantly. So probably by far my most favorite thing that I use on a regular basis, I mean, literally daily, I use this particular technique. I'm just going to open up a passage. It doesn't really matter where in particular. So I'm just going to open it up. Now, as I open it up to the passage study layout, you're going to notice that my study layout is very different than probably yours. Again, maybe at some point we'll cover that. You can customize each guide, each as well as each layout, some of the default layouts that they have. So don't pay too much attention to some of the adjustments that I have on the screen. What I want to share with you is probably one of the things I use the most, and it relates to taking notes. Okay. So I am going to, I'm just going to add a new note real quick. Nothing crazy. You'll notice that my notes have a particular notebook that it's in. I'm going to actually change this notebook to just the Bible book studies. Again, at some point we can talk through how to organize your notebooks. And I don't care so much that this note is anchored to anything. I just want to show you a few things that I find extremely helpful. Now, as you're going through your passage guide, you may come upon maybe some things that you want to take some notes on. For instance, here, we'll click into this real quick. This is actually from a few of the books that I pay attention to pretty regularly. My go-to reference works. Nothing crazy here. The Book of Generations signifies the genealogy, history, or record of a family or nation. Nothing crazy. Let's go to this one here. Let's say that you want to highlight this particular item and you want to include it in some of your notes. Now, one of the things that I find extremely helpful, okay, is when you're taking notes, you might say, okay, we're in Matthew, right? You might say Matthew chapter 1, verse 1 is specifically dealing with the genealogy. I can't spell genealogy of Jesus. For instance, okay, reference here, okay. Now, here's what I want to show you, okay. Sometimes I know most people know how to go to a particular book and highlight, okay. Let's just say I want to highlight this as, something that's important, okay. Most people know how to do that, okay. I don't really, that doesn't help me with my notes per se, right? Now, you can always, copy this and you could add it into your notes, okay? And then that particular note has a link at the bottom that you can get to. But a lot of times I don't like to, I really don't like to clutter up all my notes with all of the stuff that's from the books, right? And so what I want to show you is a cool little technique where you can hyperlink, okay? I've already highlighted it, but I want this particular highlight I want it to go to this place in this book when I click on a link in my notes, okay? So follow me very carefully here. In the book that you want to hyperlink, go to the upper quadrant there and you'll see the 3 dots, okay? The dot, dot, dot. Click on that and you'll notice right down here, copy as location or location as. I have mine selected to URL. Now I use this a lot, okay? So you'll want to pay attention to the shortcut, Control-Alt-C, because I'm on a Windows, okay? And I do this all the time, okay? So I'm going to click out of this for a second. I'm going to do Control-Alt-C. That copies the exact location where this screen is in this book. Now, how do I get it into my notes? Okay, here's how I do that. I want this to be the link. So I highlight it. You'll see this little link button. Click link. You'll notice you need the link in there. Do Control V to paste it and hit save. Now, here is what is cool. Okay, I'm going to close out of the book. Okay, Matthew chapter 1, verse 1 is specifically dealing with the genealogy of Jesus. I want to know where that is. I click it and it opens it directly to my highlight, directly to the item that I have already highlighted. Now, notice I already highlighted it, so I know what it is. That's helpful for me to kind of see what I was paying attention to on the screen. That highlight is a separate note. Okay, that's a totally different thing. It's considered a highlighted note. But I just wanted to give you this cool tip, okay, to basically organize your notes so that as you're typing out your thoughts, you can quickly hyperlink your information into your notes. I use this all the time and find it extremely helpful. Do this if you wouldn't mind. If those of you that are watching in the chat, if you can, let me know, is there anything that you would like to see more kind of tips on or ideas on in the future? Again, just wanted this to be a quick thing. I do plan on doing these regularly, just showing you a couple of tips, 2 or 3 tips. Today was just one major one, but 2 or 3 tips that will help you guys in your process of studying. Again, just as a summary, the process is really easy, okay? You go to a reference that you want. Let's just go ahead and look up maybe ancient literature, and let's say that you've got some church father quote that you want to look at. So you open that up, and let's say, man, I really like this particular section right here, okay? And I want to pay attention to it. I always highlight it, okay? Because I want it to pop when I go to it. So I always highlight it. I've got specific highlighting palettes. We can talk later about that if you got questions on it. So now I have my resource highlighted. I then use my shortcut, which is Control-Alt-C. I don't know what it is on a Mac because I don't own one and I don't utilize one. And then go back to your notes, okay? And you can type your, check out this further information that connects the ideas discussed above, okay? All you need to do is take your notes. You can type whatever you want, highlight it. I just double clicked it to highlight the word, hit link, Control V to paste it, save. Now you've got inside your note, you don't need to have either of these books opened. You've got the information right here already hyperlinked neatly so that you can, as you go through study, as you work through the information, all you're doing is clicking on it. It goes directly to it. You've got your information highlighted. You can reference what you need to reference. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate the comment. I'm glad it was helpful. And we will be doing more of these. Try to do it at least once a week, maybe twice a week. But let us know if you enjoyed this, and let us know some tips and tricks that you'd be interested in seeing more of. For now, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. Dig into the Word. Do it intentionally. Don't forget to check out Logos Daily. And we'll see you guys next time, okay? God bless.